Hello students, this is the last video for this week and in this video too we will be studying chapter light. In this video the topic to be discussed is spherical mirrors. Before starting spherical mirrors, let us just recapitulate what we have studied earlier. So we have seen what reflection of light is, that is it is the process of the sending back of the light rays which falls on the surface of an object. We have also seen the laws of reflection, that is the incident ray, the normal to the mirror at the point of incidence and reflected ray all lie in the same plane. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So now let's move on to the topic for this video, that is spherical mirror. So what is a spherical mirror? It is a mirror which has the shape of a piece cut out of a spherical surface. A curved mirror is a mirror with curved reflecting surface. The surface may be either convex or it can be concave. That is, convex means bulging outwards, whereas concave means bulging inwards. Most curved mirrors have surfaces that are shaped like part of a sphere, but other shapes are sometimes also used in optical devices. A curved mirror is a reflecting surface in which its surface is a section of a sphere. There are two kinds of curved mirrors, that is the concave and the convex. If we look at a spoon, you can see that spoon also has two curved surfaces. One surface bulges inwards, the other one bulges outwards. The surface bulging inwards is the concave surface, whereas the surface bulging outwards is the convex surface of the spoon. So similarly, here also you can see that the mirror in which the reflecting surface will be bulging inwards, that is forming a cave-like structure, will be concave mirror, whereas the one in which the reflecting surface will be bulging outwards will be convex mirror. So here you can see we will now be learning the different terms that will be related to the spherical mirrors. So first of all, convex mirror. So if the mirror coating is in the inside of the spherical surface, then the mirror is called convex mirror, whereas concave mirror, the mirror coating will be on the outside of the spherical surface, then the mirror is known as concave mirror. So here you can see the two types of mirrors, that is concave and the convex mirror. In this you can see the reflection will be taking place on this surface, whereas silver coating or the paint is present on this surface. That is, the surface that is bulging inwards will be reflecting light, whereas in this the surface that is bulging outwards will be reflecting light. So this is concave mirror and this is the convex mirror. Now let us move on to the different terms. First of all, we have center of curvature. So the center of curvature of the mirror is defined as the center of the hollow sphere from which the mirror has been cut. It is represented by letter C. It can be observed that C of a convex mirror is behind the mirrored surface. On the other hand, C for a concave mirror is in front of the mirror. So what is center of curvature? As we have told you, as I have told you that the curved mirrors are a part of a sphere. So the center of the sphere from which the mirror has been taken is the center of curvature. Now next we have radius of curvature. So radius of curvature is the radius of the sphere from which the mirror is made. It is represented by the letter R. So radius of curvature will be represented by R. Next we have pole of the mirror. The central point on the surface of the mirror is called the pole of the mirror and it is represented by letter P. A pole of the mirror can be found by drawing a straight line from the center to the largest distance on the surface from C. Where the line cuts the mirror will be the pole. So here you can see that this is the pole. Now next, principal axis of the mirror. So a straight line that passes through the center of the curvature and the pole of the mirror is called the principal axis of the mirror. So here in this picture you can see the line XY is the principal axis and the principal axis of spherical mirror functions similar to the normal of the plane mirror. A ray of light passing along the principal axis will be reflected along the same path. Now, what is the aperture? So, the portion of the hollow sphere's spherical surface from which the mirror reflection takes place is called the aperture of the mirror. So, here you can see, if we talk of both the mirrors, that is the concave and the convex mirror. So, here this is the aperture, the reflecting surface, whereas here this is the aperture, that is this is the reflecting surface. So this is the aperture of the mirror. Focal length. So when parallel rays of light coming from an infinite distance fall on either a concave or convex mirror, they are reflected back to a point on the principal axis XY. And the focus is where the image is formed of an object placed at a far distance. Focal length will be the distance between the focus and the pole. Next, in case of convex mirrors, the parallel rays on the reflection appear to diverge, whereas in concave it will converge. Now, as we have seen real and virtual images, in a concave mirror the focus is real. So the object and the image lie on the same side of the mirrored surface. A real image is called so because it can be caught on a screen. In a convex mirror, on the other hand, the object and the image lie on the opposite sides of the mirrored surface. The image therefore is a virtual image. It cannot be captured on a screen. In a plane mirror, the image again is virtual one as it does not form on the same side as of the object. So this is about the real and virtual images, and here you can see the position of the object, position of the image, and nature and size of the image, and the uses of concave and convex mirror, which will be discussed in detail in the next video next week. So for now, this is what we have in this video. Thank you so much, students.